Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Homeward Studio. Do you decorate for Valentine's Day? I'm curious because I really don't. Maybe a couple little things, but not really. But I do enjoy making things for Valentine's Day. So for today's video, I'm making Valentine's and or spring pieces that you can leave out all year long. I have 5 thrifted pieces to convert into beautiful decor. So let's craft. And here's the first piece. This is what I thrifted. It is just I don't know, like a shelf sitter. It's canvas. I'm not sure where this came from, possibly Hobby Lobby. But it's in perfect condition. I think I paid $1 for it from the thrift store. And so what I'm going to do is paint this whole canvas. I'm going to give it 2 coats of the mineral chalk paint. Okay, after that dries, I'm going to take these 2 wooden hearts, and it comes in a pack from the Dollar Tree. I don't know how many are in a pack, but I'm sure you guys have seen them because I have a ton of these. They sell them every year, and for some reason I just keep buying more. I don't know. Anyway, I removed the little sticker there, and I got rid of the glue, and now I'm taking antique Waverly wax, and I'm just putting on a coat on both pieces, just on the back side, because we're going to glue the red side down onto the canvas. And while those are drying, I have this ribbon. It is not wired ribbon. It's from Temu, and I've had it for a couple years. And I'm just taking this and putting it through the center. I'm just going to hot glue the fabric right down in the back of this piece. And then I'll just trim off the excess. And now I have these 2 hearts that I stained that are done, and I have this other laser cut heart from the Dollar Tree. Those come in a pack of 3. They have, I'm sure you've seen them, hearts and crosses and leaves and all that good stuff. So I'm just gluing these down. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And I have this lace, which is also from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to put a piece on these 2 hearts, the plain hearts. And I'm just trimming the edges. And I have some jute. I'm just going to make 3 little bows and glue them on the top of each of those hearts. And I thought that it was a little bit too plain. So I just decided to take some more of this ribbon and put it on top. But I'm not sure. What do you think? And then I thought maybe I should put ribbon on the bottom, but then that defeats the purpose of painting this piece because it would cover it all up, because I really wanted to see the mineral paint color. But yeah, I like it now. But I think I could leave the ribbon off and it would be fine too. Oh, and then what is a project without a button? If you know me, you know I use those buttons all the time, and those are from Walmart. And here's what it looks like. This is kind of more shabby chic, I think, but you can leave this out all year long. And then I did thrift that little bird, and I love birds, so that was a good find too. Okay, moving right along, number 2. And this is just kind of a key holder. I think it was like $1, and I painted this like last year, never finished it. I just painted it with white Waverly chalk paint. I painted the whole thing, even the hooks. And then I didn't have the footage because I did this last year and never finished it. But I wrote his on one side of the heart and hers on the other side of the heart. And now I am taking Liquid Patina because I wanted to glue this vellum on the top to make it kind of more like a Valentine's Day piece. I didn't like it. So I peeled it off and I'm going in another direction. But I wanted to show you that is an option. So I have those keys. Those are from the Dollar Tree, but the previous ones I believe are from Hobby Lobby, and you get 6 in a pack. I don't know how much they were. I'm sure they were not very much. And now I'm going to take and stain them with antique wax. But first I'm removing the little hangers on these keys. And now I'm just going to take some painter's tape and I'm going to fold it around on itself and then put the keys right on that because it'll make it easier for me to paint them. It's just a little trick. And I painted both sides because you could see both sides on this piece. And then I just wiped them down with a baby wipe. And then now I'm taking and distressing this as well. And then I'm just going to outline it with the antique wax also. I'm doing a pretty heavy distress on it. I like that old rustic look. And I'm glad I changed my mind because I like this piece so much better. It turns out really sweet at the end. And now I'm just going to put these hangers right back on the keys. They're just a tied off circle and I just pulled the end through. That's the way they were, like that. And then you can hang them right up on here. And I thought of something at the end. I should have had like a really plain key for the his side and a more ornate key for the her side, but I didn't do it. But I thought that would have been kind of funny, kind of cute. So I just took a piece of jute and I'm making a hanger for this. And you see the back there, how that is? That's how that piece was when I thrifted it. It had nothing on it. It was just plain. And I could tell it was probably older. And it had the little hooks on it too. So that was a bonus. Now I'm just going to hang it on my wall. And here's what it looks like. And number 3. So I picked this up. It was $2.99. I think it was half price. Yeah, somebody did it and I'm sure they loved it, and but it's not my style. So I thought this was like a wood post. It was a heavy, chunky piece of wood, and I thought this is going to be perfect. So it took me quite a while to remove all these pieces, as you can see here. And hey, a big shout out to all of my amazing subscribers. I'm throwing you big hugs, and I want to thank you for all your likes, your comments, your shares, and for helping my channel grow. And if you're not subscribed, come join my Home Rich Studio family by tapping the subscribe button and the bell notification. And if you like thrift flips, home decor on a budget, Dollar Tree crafts, seasonal decor, and so much more, by subscribing, you won't miss a thing. And it is totally free, and it helps me out as well. Okay, so now I got all the bells and whistles off this piece, and I am painting it in the color Cashew, and I did have to put 2 coats. Now I'm using this little chippy brush thing here because, as you can see, this was some kind of a wood post or something. Great piece to craft with, I think. Now when it's dry, I have this piece here, and it is PandaHall words. It is a background stamp, and it's silicone, and it was $6.49. I got it on Amazon, and I will throw the link in my description box. As you can tell, I need a bigger ink pad here. So, but this is what I had. I got it from Michael's. It was just a teeny tiny one. And yeah, this is the first time I'm using it, and it slid. But for some reason, it didn't. I don't know how it didn't do it. It did not smudge the words. Now, I didn't want the words to be like really, really, in your face. I didn't want to really see what the words were. I just wanted a hint of there's some wording in the background. So now I have this silicone piece here, and I have some DOS clay. I'm taking some, I don't know what this is. I think it's baking soda. And I'm putting it in the tray, and I put too much in there, so I did have to dump some out. And this is the first time I'm really working with clay in these kind of molds. And the mold is a Prima Redesign. It's a 5x8 Sicilian border mold, and it was $16.36, so it was pricey. And I have the tools from the Dollar Tree. And anyway, I picked one, and I put the clay in there, and I took my little Dollar Tree tools, which worked just fine, and I'm making a border for the top and the bottom of this piece here. And the clay is a 2.2 pound block. It's a Air Hardening Clay, and it's in the color white. It was $11.99 on Amazon, and I'll throw that link in the description box below too. So I made 4 of them because it was 2 to wrap the top and 2 to wrap the bottom. And I put some wood glue, and the wood glue is just the wood glue from the Dollar Tree on there to stick it on. Now, I've heard that you have to do this, obviously you have to do this when it's supple, because you won't be able to wrap it if it's dry, so you have to work kind of fast. And so that's why I did that. And now I heard also, or I watched a video, and I don't remember who it was, said wrap your clay really, really well, put a rubber band around it, and then put it in a baggie and push out all the air. So because it's expensive, and you don't obviously want it to dry out. So that's what I'm showing you here. And then to get that around there, I just put this whole piece on a cup, so it was not pressed against a mat, so it didn't smush in the clay. And so now I am taking this wood piece, and it came in a pack from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just putting antique wax on it. And then I've also heard that paint the wax, or not the wax, paint the clay when it is still wet, or when it's, before it's dry, to prevent cracking. Although mine did have a little crack in it. So, but this is the first time I'm using it to this magnitude, so I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. So now I just stained that, and then wiped it off with baby wipe, and put some Type Bond quick and thick glue on there. And I had a little teeny heart, and I covered up the hole with a little teeny heart. And I did end up putting the words all the way around the wood post. Now I have this bird's nest. I actually got 2 of them last year, and they were like $1. They were on mega clearance at I think it was Michael's, and I grabbed those babies. So I have 1 left, but yep. And then I have all this ivy that I put on top of my cupboards, and I've since changed my decor on top of my kitchen cupboards, so I have all this stuff left. But I'm crafting with it. I have a lot too. I have a huge bag full of it. So I'm just twisting that, and then I have this package. It almost looks like moss. You could use moss too, but this is just came from an Amazon package. I've been using it a lot lately, and it's perfect. And I had that little bird. I think I got that from Hobby Lobby. I love birds. I do craft with them a lot. And I just put the nest on top of this block. And this is what it looks like, and I love this piece. Yeah, it's completely different from where it started. I need to start taking before and after pictures when I thrift. I think I always love to see the before and the after, side by side. And this is how I styled it. Okay, number 4. This is the piece. And here's what I thrifted. This beach side, although it's nice, not my style. It was $1.99. I think it was from Big Lots, and it was $6 from Big Lots. But I think I paid $1 for that too. So I cleaned it up and removed the stickers and everything, and it had kind of a grainy top to it. So I was just gonna paint it, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna sand it down. Well, when I sanded it down, I realized it was thin paper, and the paper started lifting. So I took some water and a scraper, and it took me like a half hour to get the paper off. Oh, I should have just painted it and left it. But I have this Roycycled Decoupage paper, and I wanted this to turn out nice. I didn't want to, mess up this paper. So it was $7.95 for this piece, but it's a huge piece. I mean, I can use this a ton more times. And so I just put it on this piece after I painted it with just a coat, just to cover the top of the piece here. It's not even wood, I think it's MDF. Anyway, I creased it and then I cut it out. And again, it's called Floral. I'm going to mispronounce this. Ephemera. Yeah. So it was $7.99, and Unicorn Dust Designs. That's where I got it from. Sammy over at Unicorn Dust Designs, and I'll post her I think it's unicorndustdesigns.com or something, but I'll post that in my description box as well. And I also got this Liquid Patina. It is like Mod Podge, only this is the first time I've ever used it, and it's so much better. It is like just so beautiful and smooth, and yeah, it just went on like butter. So I've watched a lot of people decoupage. Usually I like to use the iron on, but for this piece I thought, I bought the paper and I bought the Liquid Patina from Sammy and a couple other things for spring. And this is my Christmas present to myself because we don't exchange. And I just said, I'm going to buy some craft supplies, some stuff I would normally not buy for myself. So yeah, that's what I did. I just put it on. You start it, put it on, put the paper on, spritz the paper before you lay it down. And then you just go over the top like I was showing you there. Now after it's completely dry, and I had to fix that little corner that I showed you. After it's completely dry, you sand it down, pulling away from the board. Don't pull it up because you could pull the paper up with it. And then after you're done, then put another coat of a sealer, like Liquid Patina, on top of it. And then after that is all dry, then I thrifted this. It was $1.99. I thought it was beautiful. I did not want to cut it up because I'm going to keep it for myself right now. But if I were to give it away or sell it, I would definitely cut it in half and use the other half. But right now, and I'm showing you, I put it on upside down. So if you're doing things like this, be mindful of where the hanger is. So I'm going to have to figure out something for that. But it'll probably just sit on my shelf. But yeah, I just put a little bit of hot glue on here, just dabbed a little teeny tiny bit. And if I ever want to even take that apart, you take a blow dryer and it melts the glue, and then you can take the glue off. So I have these laser cut hearts, again from the Dollar Tree. I glued a couple of them on there. I have this cream color ribbon. I just made a shoelace bow. I'm going to pop it up on top there. I just want this to be kind of very feminine, kind of Valentine's Day, but kind of shabby chic. You can leave it out all year long. And there's that angel on the left side of the plaque, and I just thought it was beautiful. And I threw a couple pearls up there because I really just wanted to focus on the paper and the doily, and really not much else. So I wanted this to be very, very simple. So again, I'm going to try to pronounce this. The paper is Floral, Ephemera. And basically what that means is things that exist or are enjoyed for a short period of time. Okay, so this is the last piece, and this tin I bought, I think it was $1. I got it a couple years ago. I started working on it last year, never finished it, but do you see the inside there, that yellow color? That whole piece was a yellow color. So what I did is I just painted it with white chalk paint, and then when that dried, I just brushed a little bit of black chalk paint on top of it, and I did the handles too. So this is tin, and so are the handles, or some kind of metal, and I just put a piece of floral foam in there, and I made this little piece too. And here's another mold that I'm going to tell you about. It is Prima Redesign. It was $17.99. I will post a link in there too. It was a 5x8, and it's called Curio Trinkets. And I just had leftover clay from my previous project, and I just dusted it with the cornstarch. That's what it was, cornstarch, not baking soda, but I don't think it matters. I think you can use either one. But I just put a bunch of that leftover clay in the molds because they were like little hunks, and I didn't want to put it back in with the other clay. So I just put them in there and made a bunch of different ones, and they're dry, and I popped them out. And now I just painted it white and then put some gold rub and buff on top of that. And I have these florals. Most of them are from the Dollar Tree. A couple are from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to clip a bunch of them off the piece, because that's how I put my florals together. I clip them all apart almost always. And then I'm just going to put these, they kind of look like eucalyptus a little bit, on the bottom. And then I have some bigger, wispier pieces. I think this floral the greenery came from Hobby Lobby too. So I put the wispy ones on the ends. I added a few little of these yellowish white color pieces, and just a few little pink pieces here because I think it needed pink. I love pink. It is my favorite color. Just a couple. And oh yeah, that little trinket piece there, I just put some wood glue on it and a little bit of hot glue too, and I added it to the top. And this ribbon I had in my stash. It's just a very beautiful ribbon. Don't remember where I got it, and I just tied a bow on top, kind of like a bow that is kind of floppy, and it just hangs, and yeah, that's it. And I think this piece turned out just so beautiful. So you guys are going to have to let me know, which piece do you like the best? I don't know which one I like the best. I might like this one. And here is the whole shebang. And I thank you very much for watching Homebridge Studio. I hope I've inspired you, and you know I will be back very soon. So until then, have a blessed week. Bye.